Good morning and welcome to day 5. What? Day 5 of our self-devotion challenge. I'm just going to go across and make sure we've got, so I've got Leisha and Patricia not on yet, but I'm going to do that. So you just relax in and do not worry. Beautiful. Day 5. Wow. Wild. Like, we've only got a couple more days together. Like, that's just madness. I was already thinking, like, I'm definitely doing this challenge again. Absolutely, without a doubt. It has been such a beautiful offering, and I've loved the vibes so much. I'll start by, again, saying congratulations to Ash for your win. How beautiful. Very well deserved. Ash, actually, when she, and I just smiled when your name popped up because I was like, I just love karma, and I love that beautiful energy that you can see the line of energy moving back around. So Ash actually signed up to the challenge and gifted the challenge to her loved ones. So I think she'd signed up for maybe 4 people or 5 people. And so when she was drawn as all I did was press a button. And when it stopped on her, I was like, of course it's Ash. Of course. Like, that's just that beautiful love that she so effortlessly gives coming back to her. So Ash, do reach out to me to arrange your session. If you have one, and Nick had asked a question about this, if you're in a session with me, it is transferable. Okay, so you could add to it to make it something else. I know Nick was like, I want a full hour, so she's going to do the difference in that. Ash, if you're wanting to jump into one of the programs, you can use that towards that, or if you're on CTC, you can use it towards that. I don't mind at all, so it's whatever you want. So just reach out to arrange that, Ash. All right, so Jane, good morning. Lovely to have you with us on the live. I've been waiting to see Mackenzie. I've been thinking that maybe one morning you're going to walk out and you'll have her on your lap. Oh, she's still asleep. Yeah, beautiful. All right, so yesterday we spoke about the self-checking, which is such an important thing for us to do as women, as humans, as very busy, multi-hat wearing beings. And I shared a story about this to my Instagram as well. I know some of you had shared that it was quite a profound experience, just that quick 10-minute, quite a sacred guided check-in. It doesn't even have to be that big. It can be as simple as placing your hands on your heart throughout your day and just going, how do I feel right now? And what do I need right now? What does my mind need? Recognizing when you're not in flow, recognizing just pulling yourself up. And if you're feeling contraction, just stopping and recognizing that you are your medicine. Recognizing that if you are feeling anything other than flow, you actually have what you need within you. And that might be stopping, pausing. It might be giving yourself love. It might be the breath. You've got these beautiful tasters of many different self-devotion practices now. And so when you check in with yourself, it could simply be, which one is going to best serve me today or in this moment? Please continue to use that. The self-checking is something that once you master it, it will actually become unconscious. Like, you will just be in a habit of feeling your own energy and recognizing when you are not in flow and being able to meet your needs very rapidly. So please use that practice. Today we are going to be shifting gears. This one involves movement, which I'm so excited about because I love to move. You might have noticed that I've changed I've got like a room divider / screen behind me, and I've had to move it right back today because we are going to be moving our bodies. So today we're going to be speaking about devotional movement. It is movement. I'm calling it devotional because we are doing it with intention. We are going within while we are moving, right? We are not just mindlessly fucking moving. We're doing it intentionally, consciously, and from this sacred space of devotion to self. Okay. When we speak about movement, there's many benefits, and I think that most of you would be well aware of them. So I'm not going to go through the basic health benefits of movement. We all know that it's good for us physically, right? It's good to move our bodies. But what I do want to remind you of is the benefits of our energy, the benefits of our being, of our emotional, our spiritual health with movement. I work with a lot of people, and when I work in sort of close proximity, so generally in a private mentorship space, when I give them movement as a task, it's never oh, you know, Spirit saying it would really serve you to go to the gym for however many hours, or Spirit will serve you, says it will serve you to walk. It is always use movement to release or activate. Set an intention before you go on your walk. So it is always a devotional task, right? You know, we know that when we dance, we feel good. We know, just looking at children, that it is very natural for them to be freely expressing themselves and moving their bodies. And then we grow up and start that contraction, right? Start that, oh, I look silly, or I feel silly, or what would people think, or the fear of judgment, or judging self for moving naturally, right? And one of the most freeing things that you can do for yourself is to reactivate your ability to dance like a toddler, to dance like in a space of absolute freedom, to make it not about how you look, but to make it absolutely about how you feel, right? And sometimes that will mean your dancing is stomping with your hands like this, because you may feel heavy and you may be like, I just want to move this energy. And sometimes you may move like this because you're feeling in flow and you're wanting to like amplify that flow, right? It's not about how you look. It's about how you feel. When you set an intention with movement, it has the ability to, Christy, I dance all the time. Yes, yes. It has the ability to have a deep impact on you, on your energy, on your frequency. We know that as humans, we tend to gather energy. Okay, and if you are not involved in self-devotional practice regularly, if you are not healing, clearing, shifting energy within you, then gather and collect stagnancy, right? So pockets of energy, it could be emotion that hasn't been expressed, right? Which is just energy, so little pockets of energy. And when we move with intention, we can give way to that. We can release that and allow that expansion back into our physical and energetic bodies. It is one of my favorite things to do. For those of you who have been to retreats with me, you know this. You know, we love to dance around and be free. There's many spiritual benefits to dance. So obviously there's the energy thing, but there's also the element of expression. So I wanted to quickly speak about that. It's the throat chakra is linked to expression. And when we have been silenced, pushed down, beaten down, told we're not good enough, judged, being in situations where maybe we've even judged ourselves to make ourselves small, right? When that has occurred, then we, close off or negatively impact our ability to freely express, which is linked in here. This will often show up as colds, coughs, thyroid issues, so issues with the throat. It can also impact the way in which you speak, the clarity in which you speak, being able to speak clearly or stumbling, right? And when we intentionally, freely express ourselves through dance, and there's other ways to express yourself freely, but through dance, that's what we're speaking of today, we open that back up. We open that back up. So we're going to do a practice today, and you're going to set an intention for this practice, because devotional movement gives you this beautiful opportunity to create emotional alchemy, right? And so this is allowing suppressed emotions to surface and to be transmuted through rhythm, through breath, through flow. It becomes safe, this creative outlet for joy, rage, anger, sadness, love, whatever it may be, right? And you get to restore emotional balance. There's lots of different things you can do. So you can do it to increase your energy, to lift your frequency. If you're ever feeling like rubbish and you've got somewhere to go, you have a dance and you lift your frequency, right? So it shifts you into this beautiful heightened state vibrationally. But today we're going to use it for emotional alchemy. And I think it's going to be the best way to serve each and every one of you. Okay. So we want to activate our ability to freely express. We're going to all set an intention. We know that we are going to allow and give permission for any pockets of stagnancy. And you might even begin noticing or feeling or having a visualization of where in your body it may feel a little bit heavy before you even start the dance, so that you can have the intention that that is the pocket that you will release. We know that engaging in this sort of free moving way is going to also support our nervous system regulation, right? We're going to lift up any blockages, anything that has that energy of contraction. It's going to ground us because we are going to be focused and being in body or embodied, right? To be in our bodies, moving with intention. So what I'd love for you all to do, it's going to take like a minute, maybe 30 seconds to a minute, to just set your intention for your movement today. So you don't need to write it down. You can, if you wish, you can maybe just thinking about, what would I like to release in this movement, right? If I could release any emotion today, what would that be? If I could fully express anything that has been suppressed. And it could be love. It could be joy. If you've been in a space where it hasn't felt safe to feel those things, that could be your intention today, right? That you're allowing the fullest expression of love, of joy. And for those of you moving through, grief and heart healing work, then you may choose with this devotional practice to allow any stagnancy around your heart to be released. I invite you to have your camera on or off during this practice. You're not on the recording. I'll be in my own movement world, so I won't be actually watching. And everybody, I hope, will be in their own movement worlds. Kristen, you'll be holding, I'm guessing, a baby on each, a toddler and a babe on each hip while you do your movement, and I'm sure they're going to love the practice. Again, meet yourself where you're at. What I would love for you to do, just for now, you don't have to do this every day, but just for today, just for 2 minutes, it's a 3-minute song, just for 2 minutes of this song, channel the 7-year-old you, the little girl who doesn't give a shit, doesn't care if anyone's watching. If you've got children with you, if you are a mum of young children, if you've had young children, then use that. Remember what they were like. They dance around and jump around. You do not have to flow. You don't have to have any form of rhythm. And if you have got no legs, I know everyone has legs, but if you had no legs, you can just use the upper part of your body, right? There is no form. There is no, way of doing this. There's no framework I'm going to give you. This is about freely dancing. For some of you, it'll be the lawnmower. For some of you, it'll be graceful, maybe ballet moves. For some of you, it'll be like rock, right? Whatever your body is asking you to do, I ask for you to trust that. You may actually spend 2 minutes stomping, and that's okay as well. Because in devotional movement, we don't judge, we allow. We allow that energy that we have set the intention for, whether it is joy, love, pain, heartache, whatever it may be, we allow it to move the way in which it wants to move without judgment. Now, if during this practice you feel a little bit of contraction coming on, or you're feeling like, a little, feeling a bit like you're wanting to hide, I invite you to tap on your throat. Okay, this is where your chakra is for expression. I invite you to tap on your throat and remind yourself that it is safe to move, that it is safe for you to express, that it is safe for you to release. You might like to even begin the practice by tapping on here. If it's feeling like a bit edgy for you, if it's feeling a little bit scary, like, oh my God, I don't really feel like fucking moving. And the ego might say, but I'm too tired, I'm sore, and I don't have time, and whatever other excuses the ego might come up with. So you might like to just tap on the throat and remembering that it is safe for you to be the fullest expression of you. It is safe to move freely. That the only one watching is you, and that you release any and all judgment of self, and you give yourself permission to move. You give yourself permission to flow. And you might even like to set a challenge for you to be as silly as you possibly can. If you are largely in a serious role, or if you feel like you must be serious a lot of the time, then you might like to challenge yourself. How silly can I be? Can I do the chicken dance? Can I do the lawnmower? Like, you might like to really lean into this playful part of movement. And some of you may like to close your eyes during the practice. Just a couple of minutes, close your eyes. And when you close your eyes, drop into your body. The moment you close your eyes, think about, where is there a pocket of stagnant energy, and move it in whatever way feels good for you. So we're going to begin. I was thinking about what song. I thought, what song can these women really, can all women relate to? And a few popped into my mind. And I've landed on something that's been really pushed over this last 5 years in an empowering way. And I wanted you to all feel empowered. I wanted you to all remember during this movement that you are powerful. Now, meet yourself where you are at. Okay? Meet yourself where you're at. If you are feeling like, I do not want to do this challenge, start by tapping on your throat and maybe just moving the top half of your body. And then create the safety over that small amount of time, over the 10 seconds, 20 seconds, create the safety and think, fuck it. Who cares? Who cares? I get to be silly. I get to feel silly. I get to move my body. Okay, so let's get energized. Let's move. I'm going to get up and move as well. And think about your intention. I'm just going to stand up. Think about your intention as we stand. You just see that falling during the practice, but that's okay. I'm open to it falling. I don't mind. Beautiful. Getting yourselves ready. Okay, so I'm going to play the song. The song that I've chosen is one that has been deeply anchored in power for me personally as well. And so we're going to be moving our bodies to Unstoppable. Okay, so I'm going to turn it right up. And I invite you to start slow, have a little stretch, have a little flow. Touching your body. Coming into your body. Remembering your intention. I'll tell you what you want to hear. My sunglasses on while I shed a tear. It's now the right time. Allow yourself to be free. I will never say no. You might like to sing as well. I invite you to close your eyes and drop into your body now. Allowing your body to guide you. I like to move slowly or quick. Allowing your body to lead you. You may like to bring your hands into your heart for a moment. Just seeing the next moment how silly you can let yourself be. How silly can you be? Can you do silly moves? Allow yourself to let loose. That's right. Break out of that invisible cage. Break right on out now. How's the toddler dance? Dance like a toddler. How silly can you move? And see that little cage, the invisible cage. Break out. Break right on out there. Beautiful. Oh, the Zoom's muting. That's okay. I really hope that everyone's been able to feel without music. Thank you, cards. Beautiful. You might like to continue moving for a moment as you come back. Forgot about that. Damn, Zoom. All right, so I had a big party. Like, I could hear the music. And I really hope, Cara, I had this song in my head before we started. Just having a look at the chat box. Jamie can't hear it, can't hear it. Okay, yep. Laura and Laura, that was so fun and hilarious. We kept laughing, having the best time. Cara, I love your ability to release. Then I bursted out crying, danced along, then laughed the whole time. Silly. Difficult to do, couldn't hear anything, so I gave it a go. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you for being honest there. That can be challenging to move even with music, so I invite you to actually redo that. Silent disco. I love that a lot of you were moving anyway. You couldn't hear music, but you chose to move anyway. If you want to redo this practice, please redo it. Put Unstoppable on as soon as you get off the call and lean into your body. Allow yourself to release, to feel, to move freely. Cara, oh my God. Then I bursted out crying, danced along, and laughed the whole time. Love that song too, a powerful one, yeah. Kristen, the best choice of songs, feeling overwhelmed with workload. This song put a huge smile on my face. Beautiful. I could see the babes dancing as well. I loved that. Silent disco, Honey Badger. I don't give a shit what people think of me. I am unstoppable. Yes, you are. I'll pop the song in our group as a reminder for you to do the practice again. Ash, I was intending to release shame and guilt. It ended up being a joyful celebration. Beautiful. I think the moment, Ash, you set that intention, though, what I feel is within about 10 seconds, because you were so open, you released that, and the alchemy was you then created or allowed the fullest expression of joy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love that so many of you moved in silence because it's already gone. Yes, it is. When I was talking, I was like, maybe I should just let them listen to music, but they're like, no, keep guiding them. Maybe that's why. So you could actually have some guidance because the music wasn't on. All right, I am going to share the song to our group. I invite you to redo this. I invite you can do it with the call. I will upload the call. So you can do the call and then play the song at home when we begin it on the recording. Being able to allow that free, full expression of you is so powerful. It'll have you speaking your truth more. It'll have you being more open energetically. It will raise your vibration and energize you. And remember, all that we are doing is supporting you in your wellness. So if you are feeling heavy, Kristen saying she's carrying a big load, Ash had a little bit of, heavy emotions sort of swirling inside. Use movement, use dance, use this conscious devotional activity or beautiful, beautiful way or process, ritual to shift that. To shift that. You are your medicine. You are your medicine. And everything we are doing is supporting you in activating different, I'm saying like tablets, like different types of medicine. Each part of this challenge is giving you different ways that you can support your wellness, different ways that you can shift energy, different ways that you can open your energy. Thank you all so much for joining day 5. We have 2 more days left. I'll let you know now that on Mother's Day, I know it does fall on Mother's Day. It's just how it fell. I did logically question changing it, but I just felt I needed to leave it as it was. So I invite you to join on Mother's Day early in the morning. If you historically, it's the only time you get a sleep in, I completely understand if you want to catch the replay. But I will say this, we're going to need on Mother's Day a candle. So I'll give you the next couple of days just for the practice that we'll be doing on Mother's Day. Buying yourself a candle, finding a candle. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can be like a 50-cent candle from the discount store. But we will need that for Sunday's webinar. Valerie, love the idea of moving. We'll give it another go as I need music to dance. That would be a new practice for me. Oh, I love that, Valerie. So what I would suggest is pop onto the recording of the webinar, scan all the way to when I say let's dance, and listen to the webinar while having your song. That way you've got the guidance as well and you're in that beautiful energy. Lan, 100% perfect analogy, exactly how I felt too. Focused on the heart and sadness. It was gone in the first 20 seconds and then joy. Yeah. Best Mother's Day gift. I agree, Ash. What I noticed for some of you intuitively was there was that kind of invisible box, the invisible kind of energy around you that was like, don't move, or it's not safe to move, or let's just stay in this little space. And so redo this practice and see that. Don't avoid it or resist the fact that you're feeling a bit of contraction. Remember, we don't need to blame or shame. Get curious. Interesting that I really, in my mind, I want to be free, but my body just feels like it's not letting me, right? Get curious about that. And then see it, go, yeah, I feel like I've got an invisible box, and then push it away. Use your intention and your energy to imagine pushing that right away and freeing yourself, and choosing each time you do this practice to be a little bit more free and a little bit more free and a little bit more free. I'm celebrating many of you for already jumping into the upcoming containers. We know we've got Heart-Led Living, which is 444, but only 400 for those of you who join in the next few days during the challenge. So it's a full week. That is for you if you are largely functioning from here, if you have experienced heartache, grief, pain, sadness, and feel like it's a bit unsafe to connect with your heart. That is for you. Long payment plans available. Give it to yourself for Mother's Day. Give it to yourself because you deserve it, whatever you want to do. In the next 2 days, it's 400 instead of 444. And then, of course, we've got the Devotion Woman. That one's starting in July. So if you'd like to jump into that during the program, it's from 777 down to 700. So 10% off both. And yes, you can do both. Somebody asked. Yes, you can. If you're like, well, you know what? I'm going all in. I want to do Heart-Led Living, but I also feel I want to go back into self-devotion. Heart-Led Living is June. The Devoted Woman is July. So I invite you to come on in to one or both. Feel like what you're being drawn to. If you have started this challenge and you're like, I feel like I want to go deeper, I want to go deeper for me, then look at both of the pictures, because I've infused those pictures with the energy of the offering, and look at which one feels more inviting, which one feels like you're being drawn in, and reach out. The links to sign up are in that page as well. And I've set it so that you can set your own price. So what that means is when you sign up, if you might want to pay in full, you can write that in there, the full amount. You might like to do the deposit, which for Heart-Led Living, it's $44. For the Devoted Woman, it's $77. So you can write in there, and then you'll receive all of the information on how to arrange your weekly payment plans, or however you'd like to arrange that. Curbs, I gave my mirror ball a spin in the sun. So cool. Oh, how awesome. That sounds amazing, Curbs. Amazing. Irene, I kept dancing for the rest of the call. I love you. The music is in me. Thank you. Feel much more energized for the day. The music is in me. Oh, fuck that statement, Irene. It's really powerful, isn't it? The music is in me. I want you all to let that beautiful statement land throughout today and think of that song. And when you say the music is in me, for me, that drops me straight into the body. That has me feeling like the music's down. And if you can allow yourself to look at it like that, perhaps you can move a little more freely. Perhaps you can allow that music to lead you and guide you in your movement. Thank you so much for sharing that, Irene. That was it's a beautiful way to put it. I hope you all have a beautiful, sensational Friday. I am looking forward to connecting with you all tomorrow morning, same time, same place. I will get the recording up straight away so that you are able to redo that practice if you wish. Have a beautiful day. Mwah. See you all tomorrow. Bye.